Let's tap gracias. Hola, hola. See, let's go ahead and what time is it in the US? It's 10:53 right now. 10:53 if you will. Damn, James, do you ever sleep? Sometimes. Now I look silly. Silly rabbit. 1 a.m. in Wisconsin. That's what that clock is up there for. Then I got that other thing too now, so you guys can know what court it's at too now. Trying to keep you guys well informed, if you will. So court hasn't started up yet. All right, all right. Court has not started up yet. I'm a little bit early. Nice to see you again. That's right, Mrs. You see, mediocre mama making us happy is your full-time job, right, Jazz? Man, let me see. All right, all right. So this is the last stream of the night. This is it. This is it, guys. Till the morning. Man, I can't wait to get back on YT, if you will. Hear no evil, see no evil. Gracias for tapping that screen. Hell yeah. Let's see how many people we get in here tonight. Let's see what it is. How's everybody doing today? And for anybody that wants to know what happened with that California case, a lot of those individuals, they got found suitable to be paroled. They're going to be coming home. So be on the lookout if you're from California. Hey, thank you, Jill, for that daily heart. Highly appreciate it. What stream is it? This is going to be Maricopa. And if you look right here, I added the screen right here to provide the information. Live Maricopa court hearing the 21st. Hi from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Hey, what's up, Isabella? Welcome. Come on, let's tap. Let's get to the 10K. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Gio El Pais. I like you taking the initiative. That's right. Tap, tap, tap. If you're not tapping, you must be napping. It's free. It don't cost you anything. You might hurt your fingers if you tap too much, but if you're tapping, you must be a rookie. You gotta get one of those auto tappers. The ones you plug into your battery or to the wall. And bam! It just taps for you. It does all the tapping you need. You don't have to do any tapping at all, if you will. Let me see. Did Winky? Winky? No, hold on. Let me double check. I'm not sure. I think Winky might have got. Let me check. Let me check. I know I read it off earlier on, but man, my memory is really horrible. Did Winky get paroled? Do you guys remember? Anybody remember? Feel free to let me know while I look this up. I'm trying to open up my webpage here. Hopefully I didn't close it. Let me see. Winky, Winky, Winky. Let me see. Where did I leave that information at here? Hold up. Hold up. Winky, Winky, Winky. Let me see. Oh, and I'll put it up over here so you guys can see. Because I know you guys are going to ask me, Winky, ¿dónde está el Winky? Winky, Winky. James, we can't see nothing. James, I'm blind. See, Munoz, Laws, Labor Kimberly, James John, Allen, Carson David, Acosta, Heath Daniel got approved. Winky, Laura. So see, let me see. So it was affirms the panel's January 3rd, 2025 decision to deny parole as it articulated in the panel's proposed decision. Motion approved. So yeah, so they denied. Yeah. Winky ain't gonna get out. She's gonna have to wait either whatever amount of time they gave her. If there was a 3-year denial or a 5-year denial, she can be wait. Winky was the lady. That is correct. Yep. What's the 411? So Heath Daniel, that was the slime bag, the scumbag that took made 190 million. So Heath Daniel, sentencing court was Riverside referred to consider for a rescission hearing under California's Code of Regulations, Title 15. So here it is. Look, affirm the panel's December 27, 2024 decision to grant parole as articulated in the panel's proposed decision. Motion approved by the majority. So Daniel is going to be out. So he'll be out. I think he has to wait 120 days from December. So it's coming up soon. What's 120? Let me check out the calculator here. 120 days from December 27. Let me see date calculator here. Date calculator. Here, let's see. Let's see what the date calculator says right here. Are you showing up for the millionaire when he gets out? Shit, it's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Want to see that fool's face when he gets out. Let me see. December. What was it? December what? Man, I'm telling December 27. All right, December 27, 2024. Here we go. Ahí estamos. Create, subtract, let me see. Days, 120 days, 120. Bam. Let's see what the calculator says. April 26th. Oh snap! That will be out he'll be out on the 26th. April 26th. Oh no, you know what? Well, I don't know. It's April 26th is the 120 days, so he'll probably be out maybe like the 27th or 28th. The man with the four. What was it? That was Alfredo, no? Or no, who was that? Yeah, he did get found suitable. Let me pull it up here. Hold on. What was the name? What was that dude's name? Let me see. It was a B number. I remember that. BCT PBH Cleveland. Oh, Cleveland. Let me see what happened to Cleveland on the application for of Cleveland for Lindy to commute sentence. He's getting his sentence commuted. Let me see B number. Where the hell is that B number at? Hold up. I'm trying to look before this thing starts up. Let me see B number. Where is it? BBG. It was Alfredo. That was Alfredo Acosta. Yeah, right. Yeah, he was from Kern County. So affirmed the panel's October 29, 2024 decision to grant parole as articulated in the board proposed decision. Motion approved. So he's gonna get out. He'll be out in the next 5 days. 85 years old. Yup. Maricopa County time, if you will. Yup. So there you guys have it. Is this real? Is this court happening right now? Could it be? Nah. James is lying. This is not happening right now. His crime was horrific, yup. It was. Alright. There we go. Anybody else? The man, yeah, he got found. He'll be out in 5 days. He'll be out in the next five days. Free from the pinta, if you will. Yeah. Right, all right.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Pay attention. James, can you close the box? I can't see nothing. I'm blind. Can you hit the mute? Can you hit the X? Don't raise my blood pressure, please. Hey, thank you. Hey, you're welcome, Winter. Are you streaming California? Yup. You better put 9 a.m. California starts 9 a.m. We're going to be doing 3 more days of California for the next 3 days. Is this live, James? What am I looking at? I just came in. What does it look like? I don't know. Like, you guys tell me, when you guys walk in here, what does this look like? What does this setup tell you right here? There's a cop walking around. There's a podium.
Good evening. This is the time set for the 11 p.m. calendar on April 21st, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar. I'll call you each one at a time to the podium, and I'll provide a second name to sit in the chair outside of this room. If we can start with Mr. Duncan to the podium and Miss Marshall to the chair.
Is the Matrix, James, if you will.
Jaden Duncan.
I'm silent. Watcher from Utah. I thank you, Winter. Highly appreciate you for dropping those comments. Good morning from the UK. What up, Cake Belly? That's right. James, I can't see nothing. Oh, James, they're ugly. Put the box over their face. What do you want? Do you want to see them or not? Hey, what's up? What's up, Kay? How's it going? Just in time. Thank you. Hey, you're welcome. Hey, bro, what's up? How's everybody doing today?
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Jason Tyler Duncan. Date of birth is August 7th of 2002.
James, I can't see.
Thank you, sir. It does look like we are here on a new Superior Court case. It does include one count of shoplifting, a Class 4 felony, one count of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and one count of criminal trespass in the second degree, a Class 2 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference April 25th at 8:30, an evidentiary hearing April 28th at 1:30, and a preliminary hearing April 30th at 8:30. Because you were out on felony release on a different case when you were picked up for this offense, you are being held non-bondable tonight on these new charges. The hearing set for April 28th at 1:30 is the time set for your attorney to present evidence to the court to determine if bond should be set on this case. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, I'll give you your paperwork.
Damn, that sucks, man. 88.
Ms. Marshall to the podium, and Mr. Jones to the chair.
Jones to the chair.
Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Tracy Marshall, 6878.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you have 4 cases on the calendar. We've got 2 direct complaints that were filed. The first one is for an offense date of August 3rd, 2024, and it includes 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. The second direct complaint is an offense date of May 5th, 2024, and it includes 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I will appoint counsel in each of those cases and set a status conference April 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing April 30th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $2,500 in one case and $250 in the second case. The third case on the calendar is a failure to appear warrant related to a narcotic drug charge. I'll affirm that attorney that was previously appointed to you and set a probation revocation hearing April 28th at 8:30. In that case, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. But the last case is a new Superior Court case that you were picked up on for charges as of today. That includes 1 count of dangerous drug possession and 1 count of narcotic drug possession, both Class 4 felonies, 1 count of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6, and 1 count of false report to law enforcement, a Class 1 misdemeanor. For purposes of this hearing only, I am not finding probable cause as to the narcotic drug possession, but I am finding probable cause to the other 3 counts. I'm going to appoint an attorney in this case. That same status conference and preliminary hearing of April 25th and April 30th at 8:30 apply to these charges as well. In addition to those 2 hearings, you'll have an evidentiary hearing April 28th at 1:30. Because you were out on felony release on another case, you are being held non-bondable on this case. The hearing set for April 28th at 1:30 is the time set to determine if bond will be set on your new charges. I mentioned in your other 3 cases you do have a bond. I wouldn't recommend posting that yet until you know if bond is going to be set on this case on April 28th, because even if you post the bond on the other 3 cases, you're going to be held on your new charges until at least April 28th. So I'd wait to see what happens at that hearing before you determine if you're going to post bond. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, last time I was here, I almost died. I had seized out like several times, and I wasn't taken care of at all. My family bonded me out and put me right immediately in a program, and I could show up to any court date. Is there any way you can make me bondable? Like my immune system, I tried to go to the hospital, and my immune system like cannot handle the withdrawals and the care. I mean, that I endured here, and I don't think I'm going to survive it. Like, honestly, I just don't. I want to get better. I want to do whatever I can do. Like, I wholeheartedly want to do whatever I can, and I'm going to show up to every court date. I promise you. But like, if there's any way you can get me a bond, I don't think that I can survive in that. I've done it before, believe me, and I've done it several years before when I was younger, and I'm 47 years old, and I have like a lot of health issues, and like I just don't think there's any way I can survive it. I'm addicted to Xanax and fentanyl and other things too, and there's just no way I can survive it. And I have a bed at Vogue Recovery Center right now.
It is.
So because you were out on felony release at the time you were picked up for this new offense, it's not within my discretion to give you a bond on this case. the law does require that you be held non-bondable because you were out on felony relief. So I cannot change the bond or the fact that you're non-bondable on your new charges. That will not be determined until April 28th.
They'll give you
If you'll step to your left, they'll give you that
they'll give you
paperwork.
ibuprofen 800 and call it a day.
Mr. Jones to the podium and Mr. Denga to the chair.
Blood sugar low, ibuprofen 800. You got busted upside the head, ibuprofen 800. You got C.
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
800.
Dion Jones, May 2nd, 1998.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 2 failure to appear bench warrants that were issued for you. I'm going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed in both of these cases. You'll have a status conference April 30th at 8:30 a.m.
It's not live. We're not live. This is all
And then in
just
each of these
generated.
cases, you have a cash-only appearance bond of $10,000 for a total of $20,000 between both cases. The release conditions previously given to you will apply to both of these cases. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, they told me, I don't know if you can see it on your end, but I have to, me and my lawyer, we have to, the court dates mixed up. I thought it was the 16th, but I had court on the 14th. But when I went down there to the court building on the 16th, I was telling them, like, I was there for court, and, you know, like, the place that tell you, like, the floor is on, they were saying they couldn't find my name, so she was like, go to the second floor, and she'll try to help you. So I went to the second floor, and once they looked into it, they're like, oh, you have a warrant. I'm like, what? I'm like, I thought I had court today. And then she was like, no, you had court 2 days ago. So I'm like, what do I do about this? Because I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm trying to be on a run or anything like that. What do I do about this? And then she told me to call my attorney office, and my attorney, they helped me. They put in I don't know if you see it, but they put a motion in to squash the warrant. And then I just turned myself in with the bail bond, so it won't be no extra problem. And they was asking me I don't know if you could do it or not, but the bail bondman people, they were saying if you do not a sorority, it's some type of bond like that, serenity or something like that.
They did a bond surrender on you when they turned you in. I can't actually see the motion that your counsel filed, but I see a minute entry was issued by your assigned judge indicating your attorney did file that. However, the judge chose not to quash the warrant and instead set a hearing on April 23rd at 8:30. So you do have a hearing in 2 days that you need to attend at 8:30 in the morning. If you haven't posted bond, they'll make you available for that hearing, but the judge did not quash your warrant despite the fact that your attorney filed a motion to quash.
Oh.
So the warrant is still valid, but you'll have that hearing April 23rd in 2 days, plus you'll have another hearing April 30th at 8:30. So the judge may change the bond at the hearing on April 23rd. I don't know what they'll do at this time.
Is there any way I have to put a motion in for the bond to be lowered or something like that?
Motion?
Well, because the hearing's in 2 days, it wouldn't be ruled on in time, so I would just wait to have that heard on April 23rd, which again is, it's almost midnight, which means it's almost April 22nd, so it's like a day and a half before your next hearing to be heard on that issue.
What would they do there? Do you know?
So your attorney did ask for the motion, or the warrant to be quashed. Again, unfortunately, I can't see the motion, so I don't know specifically what he said. So they're going to rule on whether or not this bond needs to remain. So you previously had a $6,000 cash bond, and it looks like you had a bail bonding company post that for you. When this warrant issued, and it sounds like you said you may have turned yourself into the bond company.
Yeah.
They surrendered you here. They may lower it back down to the $6,000 and allow you to use the bonding company again. That may be an option the court will do. They may leave it at the $10,000. They'll just hear evidence from your attorney to determine whether or not that bond needs to remain in place, either at the $6,000, the $10,000, or even something different.
Okay.
That's kind of what the court's going to be looking at, and that's the judge that's hearing the case for the underlying petition.
Yeah, because when I called my attorney, I didn't know how it worked, but I just know jail was going to be a part of it because he said I had a warrant. But that's why I just tried to let him know, like, hey, it was a truly messed up. I thought the court was on the 16th, but it was the 14th. That's my. I take responsibility for that. It's definitely my fault. I just had the days mixed up. Like it was a lot going on, so I just had my days mixed up. But I even sent him pictures and everything of me saying, like, I'm down here right now at 8 o'clock, and I'm thinking today is my court, and he was like, you had court 2 days ago, and then they put it in the motion, and then that's when they came and got me. They came and got me.
You definitely did the right thing by contacting them, because like I said, now you have a hearing in 2 days,
What up,
like
baby?
actually a day and a half, that they're gonna hear that issue, which if you hadn't had that taken care of, you would be waiting till at least April 30th. But unfortunately, in your circumstances, the judge didn't quash the warrant. They just set that hearing. So you have the bond. If you could post bond, then you can be released. Make sure you attend that hearing on April 23rd at 8:30, plus the hearing date I'm going to give you today of April 30th. If you don't post bond, you'll remain here until at least April 23rd, and then you'll see the judge assigned to the case, and he'll determine whether or not bond is going to change from the current $10,000 that he has it set at on each case.
And one more question.
Mhm.
Is it a chance, like, when I go in 2 days, they could, like I could probably get released if they, like, I don't know, if they hear my side of the story or something like that, or I don't know how that would
That's
work.
the information the judge is going to be taking into consideration. They're going to listen to the information as to why you failed to appear and whether or not it's appropriate to release you from custody and just have you come outside of custody to your next hearing.
Okay, yeah, because even the Bells bombing, they put in the word, like, he's not a flight risk. It was a mistake. Like, his court date, he had his court dates mixed up, and like, and they sent that to my lawyer, and I guess they wanted to send that to you guys. But they said something about a link, but I'm like, I don't know how they're supposed to do that. But the Bells bombing was saying
Yeah, I
something.
don't see anything specifically from the bail bondsman company, just that they are returning you for failing to comply with the conditions of release. They didn't put any specific notes about what you're stating. I don't know if that's something you can get and pass along to your attorney, but it's not something they presented to me today.
Yeah, they said my attorney, they wanted the link to send to my attorney, so.
Okay.
Because they wanted my attorney to be here when I had court, but, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, I could tell you this much.
Mr. Danga to the podium and Mr. Longoria to the chair.
Whenever I went to court, it was what it was. I wasn't tripping. I knew what I signed up for. Ain't no need to talk about my days got mixed up. I didn't show up because what?
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Alfonso Castillo Danga, May 9th, 1977.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you have 2 cases on the calendar here this evening. The first one is a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of unlawful imprisonment, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference April 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing April 30th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $15,000. If bond is posted, you're going to be released to pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring. You're also going to have written conditions of release, which include no contact with the alleged victim, complainant, or witnesses. You are not to possess any weapon or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release from custody. Because you are on probation, it is a Term 1 violation when you were picked up for this new offense. So I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you and set a probation revocation hearing April 28th at 8:30. And in that case, you have a secured appearance bond of $50. Again, if you post bond on both of those cases, you'll be released. You'll need to ensure you attend those hearings to avoid any failure to appear warrants, and then contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that information will be listed in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
No.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, I'll give you that paperwork.
Hey, you know what?
Mr. Longoria to the podium and Mr. Aguilera to the chair.
When the cops called in, they're like, yeah, a gentleman in a black hoodie has a goat. He has a goat with red glasses. Very easy to find, if you will. She sounds so cheery.
Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Samuel Jose Longoria,
And your date of birth?
August 25th, 2000.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you have 2 cases on the calendar. One is a direct complaint for an offense date of June 22nd, 2024. It includes 1 count of dangerous drug possession, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, those are both Class 4 felonies, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you and set a status conference April 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing April 30th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $1,000. It looks like you also are on probation, and you were on probation at the time of this offense, so it is a Term 1 violation. I'll appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing April 28th at 8:30, and you have a $50 secured appearance bond in that case for a total of $1,050 between the 2 cases. Are you still being held on the case you were seen on April 7th?
I think so. I was supposed to go to court tomorrow.
Okay, so you have another hearing tomorrow in that case?
Yeah.
Okay. So if bond is still, if you haven't posted bond on that case, these bonds I'm mentioning tonight would be in addition to that one unless it changes at your hearing tomorrow. If you do post bond and are released, you do need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, thank you, sir. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Got you, Lisa.
Mr. Aguilera to the podium and Mr. Lexby to the chair.
Mr. Lefty? Did she say lefty? Or am I hearing things?
Hello.
Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
David Aguilera, 11/21/1993.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you related to some drug charges.
Yeah.
I'll affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you, and I'm going to set a status conference April 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing April 30th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $500. If you post bond, you have written conditions of release you need to comply with, and you need to ensure you attend those hearings to avoid any future failure to appear warrants and forfeiture of that bond. Did you have any questions, sir?
So I'll be leaving today?
You would have to post the bond of $500 in order to be released from custody.
How do you post bond?
So you can contact family or friends or a bail bonding company. When you get to the back, they'll give you access to a telephone along with phone numbers for bail bonding companies. You'd have to contact them and work out a contract with them for them to post that bond.
Okay, thank you.
If you step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Mr. Lexby to the podium and Mr. Trimble to the chair.
Next. Damn, James, the voice is
Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Christopher Lee Leckby, October 3rd, 1991.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you have two cases on the calendar. First one is a new Superior Court case. It does include one count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference April 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing April 30th at 8:30. You're also here on a probation violation because when you were picked up for this offense, it is a Term 1 violation. I'll appoint counsel and you'll have a probation revocation hearing April 28th at 8:30. In each case, you have a secured appearance bond of $250 for a total of $500. If bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. It will include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. You'll also need to ensure you attend those hearings to avoid any failure to appear warrants and forfeiture of that bond. All of that information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
So my bond's only $500?
$500 for the two cases. If you post bond, then you just ensure you go to those hearings.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay, just up to your left, I'll give you your paperwork. Thank you, sir.
That's the judge. Thank you, Chacha.
Mr. Trimble to the podium and Mr. Miguel to the chair. Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
J.Q. Trimble,
I hope not.
62304.
Do you mind just speaking a little bit louder and repeating that?
J.Q. Trimble, 62304.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear warrant related to an unlawful means of transportation charge you have pending. I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you and set a probation revocation hearing April 28th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $500 in this case. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release to include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours. And it does look like you were seen earlier today at 2 p.m., is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a $2,500 bond on that case. In this case, you have a $500 bond, so between the two, it's now $3,000. And then, of course, you'll need to ensure you attend the hearings that were given to you in order to avoid a future failure to appear warrant and forfeiture of any bonds you post. Did you have any questions?
So with this failure, the failure to appear came from this morning, right?
Can you say that again?
The failure to appear came from this morning.
Let me double check that.
Probably my guy.
No, it looks like you were seen this morning on an aggravated DUI charge. The failure to appear I'm discussing, let's take a look and see when you were given a hearing date. It looks like you were in custody.
It was for this morning, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you're saying the hearing was for this morning? Is that what you're indicating?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought you meant something different. Let me look.
They probably
So
begged
you were
their
here
friend,
on
their
April
family,
14th,
probably begged their mama to come
and the
get
hearing
them out.
date you were given was,
The 21st?
yes, this morning at 8:30.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Okay, and
I
I have
misunderstood you. I
a
apologize.
bond for that one?
In this case, you have a bond of $500.
Okay, all right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mama, Mama,
Mr.
come get
Miguel
me
to the
out.
podium and Miss Nunez to the chair.
Arizona. It's Arizona. Can you come get me out? I'm in jail. Please, Mama. Mama, please.
Good evening. Could I get your name and
Help
date of
me.
birth?
Help me.
Miguel, 2997.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you have 3 cases on the calendar. 2 of them are probation violation warrants with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'll appoint an attorney and set a probation revocation hearing April 28th at 8:30. In the first case, you have a secured appearance bond of $250. The second case is $150. You also have a third case on the calendar, and it's a justice court warrant coming out of Kyrene Justice Court. It looks like you failed to pay some fines or comply with some court orders related to a shoplifting charge. I'll appoint counsel in that case as well and set an arraignment hearing April 24th at 8:30 in the Kyrene Justice Court, and you'll have a $50 secured appearance bond in this case. So between the 3 cases, it's $450. If bond is posted, you have written conditions of release to include contacting your probation officer within 72 hours, and then you'll need to ensure you attend those hearings. Keep in mind that they are at different locations. You've got the Kyrene Justice Court, and then your probation violation will be in the downtown Superior Courthouse on Jefferson. Date, time, and location will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just up to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Thank you, sir. Ms. Nunez to the podium and Mr. Guzzenhauser to the chair.
Up next on The Price is Wrong. What do you guys think the next individual is going to be coming in?
Good evening.
What
Could
kind
I
of
get your
charges?
name and date of birth?
Carol C. Nunez, for 1294.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you. I will affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you. And I'm going to set a status conference April 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing April 30th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $250. If you post that bond, you have written conditions of release you need to comply with, and then you'll need to ensure you attend those 2 hearings in order to avoid a future failure to appear warrant and forfeiture of the bond. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork, ma'am. Thank you. Mr. Gunzenhauser to the podium
She's so tired.
and
She's
Ms.
so
Gooseby
tired.
to the chair. Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Yes, Eric Gunzenhauser, October 4th, 1985.
Thank you, sir. And are you currently in custody still on the previous cases?
Yes, today was supposed to be my release date, too.
Okay.
And I just have 2 years probation being released on.
So the hearings that you were seen for on March 7th, you're indicating you've resolved those and you were going to be released today?
Today was supposed to be the release date of the 22nd, aka I guess 12 a.m.
Okay.
I still don't know what this is. I haven't been back to Surprise in 5 years. I don't even know what this is.
Let's take a look. It looks like it's for a criminal trespass charge dated November 21st, 2023.
They took me for that to Surprise, and they squashed that. Was there?
I don't know, my
Let's
guy.
see, they issued this warrant March 10th of 2025.
10? Yeah, that makes 2 years later. I was seen for that because I was in custody. They took me from Watkins. I went all the way to Surprise. I was with 6 other people. I can guarantee that.
Guaranteed, you said?
And the only reason I didn't even know that was there because, yeah, they squashed it.
Yeah.
And I went back, and then I was released on my own recognizance then. That's why and I remember being taken in on this as a warrant, and I said, I haven't been back surprised.
Is that what
I'm
you said?
surprised by this. And then today's my release date, and now it's like I did 45 days, and I'm hearing that there's a $100 bond or something. That I don't know if that's true. I was
They
hoping
do
I could
have
get.
it listed as a $100 secured appearance bond. I can't look into the information you're mentioning to me because it is a justice court and I don't have access
The
to their
question
record or
Yeah, they
it's
took
a
me there.
municipal court.
Yeah, they took me there
Or not
from
to
Watkins
crash.
in a van, went all the way there, 5 people, saw the judge. Judge squashed it. It's my old job, and that was 2 years ago. Yeah, 2.5 years ago probably, something like that. That was the last time I was in Surprise ever.
Yeah, so they issued, again, I don't know what the circumstances are. They issued an arrest warrant for you March 10th related to those.
March
what-
10th of the 2025?
Yeah, they just did it like last
Why
month.
does that make sense? How does that even make sense then?
Yeah, unfortunately, again, I don't have enough information. Sometimes they issue them for failing to pay fees, failing to comply. I don't know, because it doesn't specifically
I didn't
state.
know-
It
yeah.
says post-adjudication, which would imply to me it's failing to pay some fees or failing to take some classes that you were ordered to do. But again, it doesn't go into depth about what it is that they are wanting you to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a hearing, arraignment hearing in Surprise on May 20th at 1:30.
When? I'm sorry.
May 20th at 1:30. Due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you can hire an attorney at your own expense if you would like to do so.
Am I being held?
No, I'm going to release
Oh,
you.
okay, thank you.
But you have to promise to appear at that hearing
Yes, my
on May
family's
20th
there.
at 1:30.
May 20th.
May 20th.
That's more than enough time for me to get my family to be okay, and I can get from Tempe to there, 'cause I live
Okay,
in
so
Tempe
the
now.
date, time, and location will be listed in your paperwork. Again, just make sure you attend that hearing. You can find out specifically what it is that they're looking for.
And now that I'm on 2 years probation, this isn't a probation violation. It's not a new charge, correct? It doesn't count. I didn't even get released yet.
I wouldn't anticipate it being a new
'Cause I
charge
still
because
have
the
to see my
offense date is 2023, and I don't have any information as
Okay.
to what you failed to comply with.
Right.
So just don't miss the hearing on May 20th.
Will not.
To
Will
create
not.
any sort of violation.
And then the probation officer, that has nothing to do with you. It's a separate case.
When you get
Because
released,
I'm
they
going to
should-
go see him ASAP. But if I don't get, am I getting released tonight still then? Or is it
So
going to
I'm
carry
not
over?
holding you on this.
Right.
So whatever the plan was as it relates to your other case should
Should-
remain the same.
But if I don't get back in time, they might be until tomorrow morning. I just hope, okay, yeah, that'll be fine.
Typically, it takes 4 to 6 hours to be released. If you said it was set for midnight, you're 30 minutes
Fair
away
enough.
from midnight.
And that's a weird,
I'd
that is very weird.
anticipate sometime early tomorrow morning, but again, I'm only releasing you as it relates to the Surprise case. If everything else was planned to be released, then that should still move forward.
Thank you so much, Judge. Appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Gooseby to the podium and Ms. Foster to the chair.
Anybody interested in any ladies? He'll be out in the next few hours. We'll go ahead and give him a flush for Mullet Man. Release him at night. He's
Good
out.
evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
He's gonna be at the
9660.
4th Street Jail, or the 4th.
And your name?
Christina Yvette Gooseby.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a new Superior Court case, and it includes 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll have a status conference May 6th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing May 8th at 8:30. I am releasing you to pretrial services. You have written conditions of release you need to comply with. You'll also get an envelope with your paperwork. You need to read those instructions and contact pretrial services. You'll need to ensure you attend the hearing dates to avoid any failure to appear
It's cold
warrant.
in there,
All
that's
of this
why.
will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
It's freezing.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork,
That
ma'am.
place is, they got the AC running. They
Ms.
probably got,
Foster to the podium.
they probably got it down to like 50.
Mr. Ross
50
to the
degrees.
chair.
Everybody's. Look at that. Whippersnapper. Yeah, those places are
Good evening.
temperature
Could I get your
controlled.
name and date of birth?
Mary Foster,
And your date of birth?
122562.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a new Superior Court case for 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony. I am finding probable cause and appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference May 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing May 8th at 8:30. I am releasing you to pretrial services for supervision. You'll have written conditions of release you need to comply with. You'll also get an envelope with your paperwork. Please read those instructions and contact pretrial services once you've been released. And then ensure you attend those hearings to avoid any failure to appear warrants. All of that will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just up to your left, they'll give you your paperwork.
Okay.
Mr. Ross to the podium and Ms. Lizama to the chair.
Hey, Muggs, thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate that. And if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free 99. Don't be a Scrooge McDuck. Don't be a Mr. Krabby Patty. It's
We
free
have
for you, and it's free for
Jarvis
me.
Ross.
Hey, thank you forever. Gracias for that follow. Be like forever. Try it. You might like it. Hey, Jane, thank you. Hey,
Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Jarvis Ross, 10-15-99.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new municipal court case.
It does include 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found. However, due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. But I am going to set an arraignment hearing in the Goodyear Municipal Court on May 7th at 1 p.m. In this case, I am releasing you today on your own recognizance that you promised to appear at that hearing. You are going to have written conditions of release you're going to need to comply with, and it will include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime and no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. All of that information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just up to your left, I'll give you that paperwork. Thank you, sir.
No, Julie, I'm not.
Brittany Lazama to the podium,
I caught a
and
copyright.
Brian
I got a
Zampalia to the
copyright
chair.
restriction a few days ago, so I won't be back on until
Good
Wednesday.
evening, can I get your name and date of birth?
Hi, yes, Brittany Lizama for April 11th, 1991.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a new municipal court case. It does include 1 count of disorderly conduct. This is a misdemeanor charge. Probable cause has been found, and I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You're going to have an arraignment hearing in the Buckeye Municipal Court on May 6th at 2 p.m. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance that you promised to appear. There are going to be specific orders in this that you do need to review carefully. There is an alleged victim in this case, and so you are not to have any uninvited contact with the alleged victim. So if the alleged victim consents to contact, you may have contact with them, but if they revoke that consent, then you are not to have any contact with them. And if you violate that order, you could face future charges. So just make sure you read this very carefully and don't violate any contact orders if that contact is not wanted, okay? And then again, make sure you appear at that hearing on May 6th to avoid any failure to appear warrants. Did you have any questions, ma'am?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. If it's up to your left, I'll give you your paperwork.
The box here or the X? Which one should I press?
Brian to the
This one
podium
or that
and
one? I
Raymond
don't know. I
Ross
don't know
to
which
the
one I should
chair.
press. Don't you dare. The X? That's how I could tell you guys are new here. You guys just gave yourselves up. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, thank you for that daily heart. Highly appreciate that. The blue one. Don't you dare, if you will not. Is this it?
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Brian Samilpa, 03/14/2001.
Thank you, sir.
I'm
It does
watching
look
it
like
with
you
my
are
eyes.
here on a new justice court case, and it does include 1 count of attempted assault and 1 count of attempted criminal damage, both Class 1 misdemeanors. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have an arraignment hearing in the Ironwood Justice Court on May 8th at 9 a.m. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance, that is your promise to appear. However, I am cautioning you to read your release conditions because there is an alleged victim in this case, and you are not to have any uninvited contact with that alleged victim. If the alleged victim consents to contact, you may have contact, but if they revoke that consent, then you are not to have any contact with them, which means you would not be able to reside with them or return to the location of the incident. And I also caution you that if you do have contact with the victim and they do not consent, that it is a violation of this order and you may face future charges, okay? So please read all of this very carefully and make sure you follow all of these written conditions of release and attend that hearing on May 8th. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just up to your left, I'll give you that paperwork.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Raymond Ross to the podium and Sophia Ruiz to the chair.
James, how dare you laugh at these people's misery? I'm not laughing at them. I'm laughing with them.
Good evening. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Raymond Ross, 4/19 in 1973.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a warrant coming out of the East Mesa Justice Court as a failure to pay warrant related to a theft charge from 2024. Due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You'll have an arraignment hearing in the East Mesa Justice Court on May 7th at 9 a.m. I'm going to release you today on your own recognizance that you promised to appear at that hearing. You have written conditions of release I'm also including their phone number. You may want to contact them if it is a payment issue to see if you can get back on a payment plan.
Okay.
But make sure you attend that hearing on May 7th so they don't issue a failure to appear warrant, okay? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just up to your left, they'll give you your
All
paperwork.
right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We're all
Sophia
laughing with
Ruiz to the podium,
and with each other.
and Mr. Calderon to the chair.
The uniform. So yeah, the video and the audio, they're not in sync. They're out of sync right now. That's why
Good evening. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Sophia Reed, 6/28/1985.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a new Superior Court case. It does include 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference May 6th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing May 8th at 8:30. I'm releasing you today on your own recognizance at your promise to appear at those hearings. You have written conditions of release you need to comply with, and you need to ensure you attend those hearings to avoid a failure to appear warrant. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? All right, just up to your left, they'll give you your paperwork.
It be like that sometimes. Eric's my OCD.
Good evening. Do I have a Spanish interpreter on the line?
Ay, not that team one.
Hello, this is I am Lion Spanish interpreter, ID number 2620. I'm ready for instructions.
Thank you, sir. We'll go ahead and get started. Can I have Mr. Calderon to the podium?
Mr. Calderon.
Ok, vamos a iniciar en este caso, señor. Voy a traer al señor Calderón al podio.
Good evening, sir. Could I please get your name and date of birth?
Muy buenas noches, señor. En este caso nos puede brindar lo que es su nombre y fecha de nacimiento.
Mi nombre es Hani Antonio Villarreal Calderón. Fecha de nacimiento es 9-24 de septiembre de 1977.
His name so long I already forgot. I think his first name was Jaime.
My name is Hani Antonio Villarreal Calderón, and my date of birth is September 24, 1977.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued.
Thank you for that, Daily. Hey, what up, Dylan? How's it going? Why is the court lagging? No sé.
En este caso, muchas gracias, señor. En este caso está aquí para entonces realizar una audiencia.
I will affirm the... Sorry.
Oh, damn, looking at this fool, I just remind me of the other dude.
I will affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you.
I gotta trim that one up.
Y en este caso tenemos a lo que es el abogado para que lo pueda estar representando.
And you have a status conference April 28th at 8:30.
Can you watch other cities? Yup.
Y se había comprometido con el Estado en abril 8 a las 10 de la mañana.
You have a secured appearance bond of $500.
Tenía
We did,
lo que era una fianza de seguridad de $500.
If you post bond, you have written conditions of release.
Si es pospuesto, estas condiciones de liberación
Los Ángeles,
serían liberadas.
And you'll need to ensure you attend the hearing to avoid a future failure to appear warrant and forfeiture of that bond.
I'll read off the answers again at the
Y
end.
tendría en este caso que presentarse en casos futuros en la audiencia sin poder presentar lo que es ese fondo
They took you to jail?
o esa multa, cobertura de multa en otras palabras también.
Did you have any questions, sir?
No.
¿Tiene alguna otra pregunta, señor?
No.
No.
Thank you. If you'll step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork.
Highly appreciate that.
Ok, en este caso pasa a la izquierda para que reciba lo que es su papeleo.
Hey, Mr. James, will you meet Mr.
And that
Milliner?
concludes all of our Spanish matters this evening. Thank you so much for being available. You may disconnect at your convenience.
Thank you for calling and be sure language.
I got it on YT at Collect Call From. If you want to watch it later, at Collect Call From on YT.
And can we clear the courtroom for our last
Hey,
matter?
this is going to be bad, guys. If you have any trauma in your life, you probably should just leave if you don't want to relive those traumatic moments, because these cases right here, they're wild sometimes. So I don't know what kind of case it's going to be, but it's going to be something bad. Why can't you watch the ones in LA? Because in LA, they don't do Zoom. So just a heads up. I don't know what kind of case it's going to be, but it normally is something ugly, real ugly. Get it? Yeah, that's right, Whitney. You already know what time it is. So McDonald's Robert will get out, and the McDonald's. I'm not sure because he went in for a clemency, so I don't know if since they approved this clemency, I don't know how long it takes. I gotta double check on that one. Where is this? This is Maricopa County, Arizona, if you will. And for those of you that are asking about the California hearings this morning, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go ahead and read off the answers.
Can I have David Moore to the podium?
When this is over. Let's see. Hopefully he's not too tall so we can see this fool.
Good evening, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
David Moore, 051592.
Thank you, sir. It does look like we are here on a new Superior Court case. We have 3 counts of aggravated assault and 1 count of sex offender failure to register.
Ooh,
Probable cause has been found, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference April 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing April 30th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond of $75,000. If bond is posted, you'll be released to pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring. You'll also have written conditions of release to include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses, and you may not possess any weapons. You must obey the terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that is issued or may be issued in the future. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions, sir?
I'm kind of curious to how's it 3 counts? I'm not too sure about that.
So there are multiple allegations of different victims over a time span. So there was 1 victim March 29th, and then there were 2 additional victims April 2nd. So these were all within the last month, but none of it was from today.
What?
All of the information regarding your release conditions and bond will be in your paperwork, and if you'll step to your left, they'll give that to you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Case number 23, Glenn Fenton, date of birth May 17th, 1991. This will proceed as a house call due to him being uncooperative. We are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued. I will affirm the attorney previously appointed and set a status conference April 24th at 9 a.m. He is being held non-bondable on this case. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. Case number 18 and 19, Dakota Wakuzo, date of birth February 9th, 1994, will proceed as a house call due to not following directions. We are here on 2 cases, and they are both probation violation warrants with allegations of violating terms 3 and 5. I'll appoint counsel and set a probation revocation hearing April 28th at 8:30. He has a secured appearance bond of $250 in one case and $100 in the other, for a total of $350. If bond is posted, he has written conditions of release to include contacting his probation officer within 72 hours. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. Case number 29, Marcus Adams, date of birth July 19th, 1986, will proceed as a house call due to being combative. We are here on a new justice court case for 1 count of disorderly conduct and 1 count of obstruction, refusal to provide a true name, both misdemeanors. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing counsel and setting an arraignment hearing in the North Mesa Justice Court on April 24th at 1 p.m. I'm setting a secured appearance bond of $500. If bond is posted, he has written conditions of release to include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victims, complainants, or witnesses. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. We will now stand in recess.
Daughter?
Yes.
Mr. David Moore, number 7, has a quick question.
Okay. Could you state your name and date of birth for me?
David Moore, 051592.
Thank you, sir. And you had a question?
Yes, though. You said the 1 count sex offender what is that? Is that an Arizona charge or something?
So it looks like you are ordered to register as a sex offender, and I can't remember the state. Let me look it up really quick.
In Wisconsin?
Yes, and so when you move to Arizona, you fail to comply with the rules of getting everything registered here in Arizona now that you live here.
I'm not officially here only because that's for something that they have to hear though, huh?
As far as any evidence or argument you want to present related to that charge, yes, I wouldn't recommend doing that today. You do have an attorney, so you can present that information. So if you're indicating you don't need to register here for some certain fact situation, then present that information to your attorney when you meet with them on April 28th to discuss why that doesn't apply to you.
Okay. And that's it.
Did you say that's it, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay. That concludes our 11 p.m. calendar, and we will now stand in recess until 5 a.m.
All right. This is the reason I don't hit this button right here, because when I hit it, it closes the window. For those of you that are just walking in and love telling me how to run it, whenever I click this screen, I'm not in an actual Microsoft Teams meeting. I know you guys think, I know you guys work from home and you guys do these meetings all day long, and you guys know how to click that X, and you guys know how to unmute it and by hitting that blue button. It doesn't work like that right here because I'm not in a meeting. And I go through this all day long. So, and that's why I give some of the comments that I give. Yeah, I'm new. I just walked in. I didn't know. Well, now you know. So there's that. Let me see. I know some of you guys wanted to know some of the outcomes of the hearings earlier on. So let me go ahead and bring up the screen, and I'm going to read off some of those. Who do you guys want to know? Do you guys want me to go through the whole list again, or is there a certain individual that you guys want to know the info for? What, Heath Daniels? Who do you guys want to know? Let me see. I just assume you might know what you're. I just assume you might know what you're doing. Let me see here. McDonald's guy for sure. Hope they were all refused. Nah, unfortunately they weren't. Let me see. Let me zoom it in so you guys could see here. Let me make sure I got it over here on this screen. Let me see here. Let me minimize this here. All right, so I'll just start from the top. I know you guys said James is lying. He can remove the mute button. He's just looking at it. All right, then. So okay, so this is for today, and just so you guys know, I am gonna be doing these for the next 3 days. California only happens once a month, and then unfortunately they don't let us know what the decision is at that moment. They let us know after a few hours after. Do you ever sleep, man? I need to go to sleep for sure. Yeah, let me see here. So I'm sure you guys can see a little bit of it here. So here we go. Okay, so this was Monday, April 21st, 2025. First person up was Baker Lewis, K97342 and T30350. So for this gentleman here, he wanted to get what was it? A pardon. So he put in an application for pardon. So if you guys remember, he was talking about all the good things he was doing and this, that, and the other. So Baker Lewis, governor referred pursuant to Penal Code Section 4802 to review a pardon application. Motion. On the application of Lewis Baker for a pardon, the board makes the recommendation required by the Penal Code Section 4813 for the governor to grant pardon. Motion. Approved by the majority of the commissioners present. So pretty much he's getting a pardon. It'll show up on his record now that he was pardoned, so they wouldn't hold. I believe they wouldn't use it against him if he ever picked up a new case, if you will. Thank you, Egypt, for that follow. Norfolk Mortar, thank you for that follow. Highly appreciate it. You see, I didn't see it. Did you? Let me see here. And thank you for that heart. Faith. All right. Next up is gonna be Chambers Ben E69432. Sentencing court was Kern. Riverside also, and then it was a governor referred pursuant to Penal Code Section 4802 to review a pardon application. So that was another pardon application. Motion was on the application of Ben Chambers for a pardon. The board makes the recommendation required by Penal Code 4813 for the governor to grant pardon. Motion approved by the majority of the commissioners. So his motion was approved. So I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure if the application goes to the governor first, and then once the governor approves it, does it go to in front of the parole board, or if it goes to the parole board first, Then it goes to the governor for the governor to decide to stamp it. I'm not sure. Pardon for their crimes. Yeah, that is correct. Yes. Okay, so up next is gonna be Lindy Cleveland. That's the guy, the McDonald's guy, the guy that that had a bunch of robberies. That they offered him a 10-year deal. He didn't take it. He took it to trial, and he ended up with 100 and something years in prison. That ended up getting bumped down, and he's been in prison for over 28 years at this point. All right, so that's Lindy Cleveland. He has an E number. So that number, yeah, he's easily been down since the early 90s, and his sentencing court was San Bernardino. A lot of these, because every county has their own, their pretty much their own rules on how they want to sentence people. So some people might get a different amount of times depending on where they picked up their case. So this was also a governor referred to pursuant to Penal Code Section 4802 to review a commutation application. On the application of Cleveland Lindy for a commutation of sentence, the board makes the recommendation required by Penal Code Section 4813 for the governor to grant a commutation of sentence. Motion approved by the majority of the commissioners present. I'm going to go ahead and get clarification exactly how these commutations work. She was my commissioner when I went to parole board and granted me parole. Damn, what's up, Jose? Let me see. Nice, he got granted parole. Hey, Jose, how does that work? You see the name minor? Not. Let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, right here next to Muniz. Yeah, I see that on there. Hey, for a commutation, how does that work, Jose? Does it go to the governor first? And then and the governor approves it, and then it goes in front of the parole board, or does it go to the parole board first, then it goes to the governor? How does it work? So it goes to the governor first, then it goes to the board, and then how long does it take for somebody to get out once it goes to the parole first, then it goes to the governor? Okay, so if the governor approves it, how long does it take for somebody to get out? Let me see the team blocks at the top. This is always vanished tonight when you click. All right, let me see. Okay, so the next one up is going to be Casey Pascal, BH 6957. Let me see. Depends on the case. Okay. Hey, thank you for that feedback right there. Let me see. So so his sentencing court was Fresno, referred by the chief counsel under Penal Code 3041 subdivision B. Vacate the panel's January 29, 2025 decision to grant parole based on new confidential information. Damn, he got hit. Dated April 9th. Let me see. And scheduled a new hearing on the next available calendar. So I'm guessing he got approved to be paroled, and somebody put in some confidential information on him, or they discovered something, or maybe he did. A lot of the times, non 187 cases are 120 days. Yeah, the 187 ones are 150 days. But what was I gonna say here? So yeah, so he it looks like he might have gotten approved, and then they're rescinding it. A lot of times when they get confidential information, it'll be like something like they applied for EDD fraud, which is unemployment while they were in prison, and they got money. So now the board, they do like a background check before they let them out, and that might have come up. Something like that. I'm not saying that's what happened. Also, maybe for restitution, if he didn't pay restitution, like if they had like if he had like his people put money on his Celly's books instead of putting it in his book, so he could avoid paying restitution. That'll also get your date taken away, if you will. Let me see. But then it says approved on last line. Let me see. Yeah. So are you talking about? Are you talking about the pardon? Is that what you're referring to? If they J pay others, yup, pretty much. So then so his so there on this one he's gonna get his grant vacated, and he's gonna be starting from square number one, if you will. Let me see. Any kind of manipulation or criminal thinking will get you denied. Yup. For the commutation or the what do you call it, what was that, what was the word I'm looking for here, for the pardon. Let me see. I gotta go back and look at your question because I forgot. My attention span is not that good. Yeah, so it says so the motion got approved. Yeah, so it shows here that it was approved. So now it's gonna go up to the governor, and the governor has the final say. And I don't know. I'm not sure what time frame he has to decide or not. But I'll go ahead and go ahead and check that out. What was the outcome on the guy that unalived the guy whose family spoke on camera? That the guy that took out those 4 people, right? I'm gonna get to that right now. I'm on my way. So we just finished Casey Pascal. So let me see. Next one up is gonna be Harry William P17060. He's been down since maybe like '98. His sentencing court was Sacramento, and then referred by the chief counsel under Penal Code 3041 Subdivision B, vacate the panel's February 11, 2025 decision to grant parole based on new confidential information dated April 5th and schedule a new hearing on the next available calendar. So it'll be about 6 months before they give him a new hearing. And they also approved the motion. And so if he was found suitable to be paroled, he just lost his suitability as of today. Damn, these people have been in since like the 90s. Yeah, well, that one dude was been down since 66. Almost what is that, like 50 years at this point. Let me see. Holmes Timothy, Fresno County, referred by the chief counsel, also Subdivision B, vacate the panel's January 9th, 2025 decision to deny parole on a error of the law under the Penal Code Section 3041 Subdivision. So so I guess he got denied. This dude got denied. Decision to deny parole. Oh no, vacate the general decision to deny parole. Yeah, so I guess he got denied. So they're approving. So they're vacating it. So I'm guessing is he gonna get another chance? I don't know. I saw that happen. They were my neighbors. Put down Jason up in there. He unalived the 50. Oh, okay, yeah. Let me see. Hey, what's up, Miracle? How's it going? All right, we just go ahead and say his name is Kosher because there's no way I'm gonna be able to pronounce his name. No way, no how. This was this dude that was driving under the influence and crashed into that house and unalived that guy that was sleeping. Man, that's horrible, man. Imagine you're home and sleeping, and next thing you wake up and you're not alive anymore. It's not good at all. James, what you just said doesn't make any sense. I know. I think Holmes was the okay. Was that him? He's been down since like over 25 easily too with that T number. Hey, thank you. What was is raining coins? What the hell is that? Let me see. St. Gold Mine. Hey, thank you, Lindy. I appreciate that. I did 20 in the state of Pennsylvania. Damn, raining coins. Hell yeah. Thank you for the gift. Let me see. All right. So the next one. Okay. So this dude here vacated the panels January 8th, 2020. So they granted him parole. And then they got confidential information dated April 7th. So they approved this motion. So they're taking his data away. So he has to start all over again. James, I'm protected of you and your life. Thank you. Highly appreciate that, Jasmine. Appreciate you guys. Been out since 2016. Man, that's cool, man. That's what's up, man. You didn't go back. At the end of the day, man, it's best to be out here. Enjoying yourself, enjoying your family and whatnot. So congratulations to anybody that's been incarcerated. It's not easy. It's not easy staying out, out of trouble. And I could attest to that, if you will. I've only been upstate in Washington and Oregon. Okay. All right. What's the difference between Washington and Oregon? You see, why would they start again? Sometimes people do. Some people don't learn. Let me see. I changed my life, got married, and own my own construction. Hell yeah, you're doing big things. That's what's up. What do you think he did to have to start all over? No say. I'm trying to be hooked on your lives, and I'm new here. Hey, thank you. Highly appreciate that. I just left visiting my boyfriend upstate Washington. Damn, that. And you know what? When it comes to visiting, I think a lot of people, when they're incarcerated, they don't realize what you guys go through. Driving hours or days, you're catching planes and going through security, and then having them go, treat you all funky and stuff. It sucks. Hey, my heart definitely goes out to you women that go out and visit these dudes, day after day. I've been watching James for so long. I've asked to be put into protective. Roddy. You see it with a 5-hour drive, and they rude as. Yeah, they are. Hell yeah. Yeah. It's demoralizing. Yeah, I don't do it that often, but once in a while, maybe like once or twice a year, I'll go visit my friends, whoever I got in that's incarcerated, and I hate the whole process. I hate it. It's far. You got to drive, and it's very inconvenient. So, and then, man, and then if you get in there late, you don't even get to see them, especially if you go to the feds. If you go to these fed prisons in California, man, it's something else. All right, but let me go ahead and continue with this here. I'm digressing over here. I'm just made a left turn. So next up is going to be Simi. Sentencing court was Riverside, referred by the chief counsel under Penal Code 3041 Subdivision B. Vacate the panels. Damn, a lot of people got their dates taken away because of confidential. No, was this one confidential? No, it was vacate the panel's January 7th decision to deny parole based on an error of the law under Penal Code Section 3041 Subdivision B. Damn it. Oh, so they denied him. Oh, okay. So something probably changed, or they interpreted the law incorrectly. And that's just a guess on my part. Like I said, I've never been to prison, and I've never been in one of these board hearings, so that's how I interpret it. If you guys know more than me, feel free to drop that in the comments. So it looks like he's gonna be getting a new hearing. Can you do Ohio one day? You know what, Ohio supposedly they do offer streaming of board hearings, but every time that I go, the day of or the day before, their website is always down. So confusing, right? Yeah. Oregon was where the Green River drove through I-5. The Green River. Did I stream that one, Jasmine? I did a few before they kicked me out from Oregon. Damn you, Oregon. Damn you, Oregon. Why you got to do me like that? Man, I thought we were friends. I forgot her name. You said he got in trouble and April 7th is starting over. You know what I'm saying? The Green River Unaliver. All right, so up next is going to be Winky Laura. And she was the one that this is the one that wrapped herself in bubble wrap, and her husband. Damn, that was a wild one. Let me see. So affirm the panel's January 3rd, 2025 decision to deny parole as articulated in the panel's proposed decision. Motion approved by the majority, so she ain't gonna get out. So she's either gonna get a 3-year denial, a 5-year denial, or who knows how long she's gonna get denied for. We was getting rolled by, but he has to start over from what he did on April 7th. Let me see. She's cold. You have such a soothing voice. What, man? That's the first time anybody ever told me that. I remember hearing and researching about the Green River person. Let me see here. So up next, Heath Daniel. Hey, this guy's a real scumbag right here. Normally I don't like to say things like that, but this guy, man, he's a real piece of work. This guy, Heath Daniel, G4169, he scammed, what was it, with like 200 or 300 people? Well, no, he was convicted. I'm not sure if I'm saying the correct number here, but it was a lot of people. He even scammed his own family. I remember hearing and researching. All right, so he made over $190 million from scamming a bunch of people. And more specifically, the elderly, 190. So Trip. And his family was talking on his behalf, talking about they'll let him move into the house. And he scammed them. He scammed one sister for over 200,000, another one for 50,000. I'm telling you, I really believe that they want him to come to the house because they want to do some bad things to him. But that's just my opinion. I don't know if there's any truth to what I think. But if that was me, if my family member, if I had $200,000 and somebody did that to me, oh, yeah, you're not going to come live with me when you get out of prison. It's going to be all bad. He got granted parole. So I'm about to read it right now. All right, so affirm. So let me see. Refer to reconsider for a rescission hearing under California Code of Regulations, Title 15, Section 2450. And the governor referred pursuant to Penal Code Section 3041.1. Affirm the panel's December 27, 2024 decision to grant parole as articulated in the panel's proposed decision. Motion approved. So in other words, what it means is the governor sent his case back to the parole board, so the parole board would double check and make sure that they wanted to parole him. I know I'm not explaining it in the correct way, but I'm trying to explain it so everybody can understand in a way I could understand. And my vocabulary, I don't got those $10 words, so I'm saying it where everybody else could understand it. So the governor sent it back to the parole board, and the parole board they're affirming. So affirm means that they're gonna move forward and find them suitable for parole. So he will be getting out in 120 days from this date here. From what day was it? December 27. So that should is it 120 days already? I think he might be already ready to go. So they approved this. So he's gonna get out, guys. He's out in layman's terms, if you will. He's gonna get paroled. Yeah. Yep. All right. This is the guy that he has a B number. Acosta Alfred B07643. Hey, Jose, if you're still in here, let me ask you something. How rare is it to come across with somebody that had a B number? B numbers were issued back in the 60s and in the 70s. The dinosaur. Yup. You said it right there. So this guy here, he unalived. Was it his wife, his ex-wife? He unalived a woman and a child. He ended up unaliving 4 people. I don't remember exactly what the relationship was, but he took out 4 people. He's been in prison since 1966. I was born in 81. We have an A number in our prisons. And are you in California? Let me see. The family, 4 members plus oh yeah, that's right. And they cut that lady up. He was sentenced in 1966. Yeah, whole family. That one was crazy. Oh, okay. Yeah, in California they were issuing out A numbers back in 66 and in the 70s, and now they've exhausted those numbers years ago. So yeah, if you run into somebody in California that has a B number, man, it's the dinosaur. He's 85 years old at this point right now. Let me see. So, okay, so his was affirmed the panel's October 2024 decision to grant parole as articulated in the panel's proposed decision. Motion approved by the majority. So he's going to get paroled. He'll be out in the next my brother had a C number. Yeah, the C numbers were issued I think like late in the 80s, like early 80s, I believe. Let me see. That's when a number started back in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, my SID is all numbers, no letters. All right, so yeah, he's gonna be getting out. He's getting out. So he went to the parole board on the 29th of October. I think is already over the 150 days. So he should be getting out in the next 5 days. My daughter's father has a B number in California. If he has a B number, damn, he's been down from like either easily the 70s. You see, I got an F on my report card. That's right, Lawrence. All right, so I'm gonna go to the next one. So, Raulito, we'll just go ahead and say Raulito. He has an H number. Oh wow, a B number. Damn, yeah. So, man, he's been doing the Doug Dizzle since back in the 60s or 70s. Most likely the 70s, I would say, if I had to guess without knowing anything about him. Let me see. Affirming the panel's October 30th, 2024 decision to grant parole as articulated in the panel's proposed decision. In addition, the board imposes the following special conditions of parole: participate in a certified program for a minimum duration of 1 year at the direction of your parole board. So they also approved them. So that dude is gonna be getting out. I don't remember what he did though. Hey, thank you, Ash, for the follow. Highly appreciate that. What do those letters mean? This right here, the H, that's the inmate number. So that's pretty much like who you're identified when you're in prison in California. Let me see. How do you think it's gonna do outside after 50 years? Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he went straight to a convalescent home. 85 years old, you can't function on your own. Like, who's gonna hire him? I don't even think they'll hire him at Walmart as a greeter. At this point, that's your identification number. That's right. Wasn't that the one with the premeditated of the X? Maybe. Hey, thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know how's he gonna cope. I mean, pretty much he's been in prison for his whole life. It's giving me Shank Shao Redemption. That's what I was just thinking about that right now myself. Also, truth. He's gonna to a nursing home. You're amazing. Hey, thank you. Hey, highly appreciate that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the next one. Carson David, T number. He's probably been down since at least 25 years at this point. He's from LA County. Let me see. I'm just sitting here looking confused. My inmate, we call them min numbers, but mine is legit just numbers, but I'm from Australia, down under. That's right, man. I love my people from Australia, the UK, the US. Man, this is amazing. This technology where I'm able to interact with you guys. Let me see. So I just read. Okay. So we're next up is gonna be. Okay, David. I was reading David T30386. So governor referred pursuant to Penal Code Section 3041.1 affirmed the panel's November 6th decision to grant parole as articulated. So in other words, they approved him. He's gonna get out. He'll be out in the next. He'll be out in the next 5 days. What if somebody has an A in front of the number? Does that mean he's been there for a long time? If he has an A in front of his number, that means that he's no longer breathing. Those numbers were issued back in when the CDCR started, whenever that was. I don't know if it was in the 50s or whenever, but those numbers are those. There's nobody in the system, from my understanding, that has those numbers. That dude that he's been in prison since '66. He has a B number, so I think it's a rarity if you run into anybody with a B number. It's not that common. Like, it's gonna be a bunch of old dudes in their 70s or 80s, 90s maybe. At this point. Let me see. Allen D1 4826 affirmed the panel's October 30th decision to grant parole as articulated in the panel's proposed decision. In addition, the board imposes the following special conditions of parole: 1. Do not possess or continue or consume that ganja, and do not enter any establishment where you know reasonably should know the sale of consumption of that ganja is established primary source of business. Motion approved. So he's gonna get out. So we're on page of 8. I know somebody who has an A number. What? In California? I don't know. And they're still in prison? I don't know. He's 38 though. Yeah, nah. He doesn't have he has an A something. AI, yeah. There's no way, yeah. Yeah, he has those double digits. Yeah. I'm talking about just like a straight A with no letters. Just the A and numbers. Yeah, those A's. Those they started issuing them out in the 2000s. What is it? What is life like in prison for the elderly? I don't know. I mean, I think it's rough, because you get old and you're having health issues, and they're not gonna take care of you. Imagine you imagine being in prison and you wet your bed because you don't have any incontinence, and incontinence would be those diapers. I know somebody with a C number that's still in prison. Yeah, the C numbers. Yeah, I know people with C numbers too. I know one person with a B number, and I know one person with a C number. If they take advantage of you before they will take care of you. Yup. More ibuprofen. Yeah, they give you some ibuprofen 800s. Yup. Let me see. Up next is gonna be James John AT. So he hasn't been in prison that long. He has an AT number. Alameda County. Governor referred to pursuant to penal code. You guys already know. Affirmed the panel's December 4th. All right, and his motion was also granted, so he is going to be getting out soon. Most prisons have a medical pod for inmates that are in wheelchairs. Yep. Let me see. Kimberly W90223 affirmed the panel's October 23rd decision to grant parole. Motion approved. So Kimberly's going to be getting out. Kimberly, I wasn't on for Kimberly's. I had stepped away when the Kimberly came up, but I believe she had a bunch of supporters that were former incarcerated individuals. Old folks' homes won't take them. He's a risk for the safety reasons. All right. Let me see. Laws. He came from Alameda. He has an E number. He's easily been down from like 89 or 90. So he's been down for quite some time. So affirm the panel's December 6, 2024 to grant parole. Motion approved. So he is coming home. That dude doesn't ring a bell. I might have stepped away when he came on. Morales Pablo from LA County affirmed the panel's October 30th. Motion approved. Pablo's also getting out. Jerry Munoz, Riverside. So he also went in front of the parole board on November 6th. And if he gets out, he cannot drive or operate a motor vehicle while on parole. He was also approved. So as you guys can see, you can see in the common theme right here, a lot of people are about to come home, especially this month here. I'm easily gonna say there's about 100 people coming home within the next 5 days or so. My hubby got arrested for less than 2 ounces of green. Laughing out loud. He's in Texas. Oh yeah, Texas don't play around. Let me see. I knew someone who had 68 passed away from C19 in prison. All right, let me see. Let me see. The next one's gonna be David Rye. He had an AG number. You see these double digits? Those are people that have recently come into the system. They haven't been in there that long compared to like B numbers and C numbers. Or they probably weren't even alive. So anyhow, so affirm the panel's December 5th, 2024 decision to grant parole. Motion approved. I don't recall who that was either. So damn, all these people don't even know how to act when they're free. You know what? I would say a lot of these individuals, um, if they worked on themselves and they attended these groups, I would say the large majority of them are not gonna come back. Their recidivism rate is about 1%. A lot of these lifers, you know, when they got life, they learn from that. And when they come home, they appreciate you know the freedom that they got. So and I'll speak from, you know, the individuals that I have met, you know, through making these phone calls and meeting up with them. They normally don't come back. Let me see. Yeah, David Rye, I can't remember. Let me see. Jimmy Spiller, B99437. He came out of Fresno. So affirmed the panel's December 10th, 2024 decision to grant parole. He was also approved. That name doesn't ring a bell either. I know there was about 10 cases that I didn't hear, and those were like towards the end. Stanford Lewis, he came out of Solano. I think for this one I was on. Affirmed the panel's November 2021 decision to grant parole as articulated in the panel's proposed decision. Motion approved. He's also going to be coming home. All right, and that's it. That's the whole list of the list of it there. When is the next phone call, please, James? I'll probably do one either on Saturday. Yo, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna be available this weekend. I'll figure something out. I gotta check my schedule. But yeah, I'll be doing some more phone calls soon. Anyhow, hey, I hope you know that answers all your questions. I'll be back tomorrow morning doing the California ones at 9 a.m. and we'll be doing them for the next 3 days. If you haven't done so, hey, thank you, Kindred Spirits. Hit that follow button. It's free, and it's free for you, free for me. Also, if you haven't joined my Discord server, if you guys go ahead and join the Discord server, if you go to my profile, hit the Seamless link. The Discord link is on there, and I could keep you up to date with any new information as far as when I'm gonna be streaming, or for those of you that like the Connecticut board hearings, I'm gonna be providing the links for those hearings directly on Discord, so you guys could watch those. And I'm trying to figure out a way so we could go ahead and watch them and interact. I think I got an idea of what I want to do, but the only thing is, you know, to figure out if you guys are going to be on board with it, and so you guys could hear my commentary without, you know, violating their rules. Hey, thank you for that. Man, I got little birdies around my head. Who sent that over? Hey, Lindy, thank you for sending that over. Great show. Thank you. What part of Cali you do? This was for the whole state of California right now, what I was talking about, the in-bank hearings. Unfortunately, I can't get into like righteous border parole hearings, so this is as good as this is going to get for the state of California. Hopefully that answers your question right there. So yeah, so that's where we're at. If you guys could do me a favor, check out some of my videos that have been posted and drop some comments and repost them. It'll help me definitely grow. Let me see, your link isn't working. Oh, you're hitting the Discord link. Hit the link right under there. The one that says Seamless. Hit that one, and when you open up that one, go to there's gonna be like 6 buttons. Hit the last one, is the Discord one, and it'll open it up on there. Or you could also take a screenshot of it and then go to your photo of them, and then you could save it like that. The Seamless one isn't loading. What? Hold up, let me see. You gotta wait like a moment or two. I know when I hit it, it doesn't open immediately. You just gotta wait. So look, hold up. Let me turn off my light over here. So here I'm on my account here, as you guys can see right here. So the Seamless is right here under. If you tap it, it'll pop up two links. You want to hit the top one first, and there. So you just gotta wait. I know, like we want it to be instant, but for whatever reason, it takes like a second or two for it to open up. Once that opens up, you're gonna want to go to this last one right here. It's gonna be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6 icon all the way to your right. You hit that, and then you just gotta wait. And there you see it opened up, and then after that you just hit open, and it'll open up, and there you'll get the thing. And hopefully that clears up any confusion there. It's easy as that. You just got to be patient. Hey, Smog, thank you for signing up for the subscription. Highly appreciate that. Let me see it. And just me, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Have a good night, James. Hey, see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, damn, it's already 12:22. Yeah, I gotta go to sleep because then I gotta wake up like in 4 hours to start up the streams. Anyhow, hey guys, I do appreciate you guys. I am Collect Call James. You are watching. You have a collect call from. And like I say around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it slides out. And with that, we're out. Hey, Jody, have a good night. 605 Unknown, Whitney, Just Me, Rody. Thank you. Have a good night. Shannon, Linda, and let me see who else over here. We got Izzy G. My eyes are super dry. What the hell was that? What was that noise? Oh, are they coming back? Hold up. False alarm. The hell, I got all excited for nothing. Anyhow, guys, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and take it down. You guys have a good one, all right? I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow, all right? And with that, I am out.